Hello and welcome everybody to the latest edition of Midweek Matters. Very special week as well. It's Magic Round. I'm really excited for that. But more importantly, I'm joined by co-host Charlie White.
How are you, Jimmy? Is it your first Magic Round as a non-player, as a media personality, or did you go last year?
I think I went last year.
Can't remember you being there last year, but maybe...
No, we did. Because of course we went last year.
Of course we did. Of course we did. That's why we had the first ever meeting for this podcast.
Yes, that's right. Exactly.
That's right.
So, yeah, how's your preparation for Magic Round going? You all set?
I'm all set. I've been having lots of dinners with friends just to prepare myself for the weekend. And yeah, it should be a bit of fun.
Did you pack your own bags?
Pack my own bags, yep.
Just at the moment, Siobhan's we had to delay recording because what was going on at home, Charlie?
Siobhan was just calling me because she was getting a few shirts signed for me for the weekend. So, yeah. Jimmy thinks that she was calling me to pack my bag. She wasn't. I said I wouldn't trust her packing my lunchbox, let alone my suitcase for the weekend.
Why wouldn't you trust her to pack your lunchbox?
Well, I just don't know if that's her specialty, packing things up. You know, I think she's, lovely woman. Love her very dearly. But I would worry, about the number of underpants chosen, the number of socks. I'd get there and I'd be all over the place.
So you just said, I don't have time. I've got to get on Midweek Matters. Go and get these shirts signed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. She's got the day off from work today on a Wednesday, which is a bit of a joke anyway, having the day off on a Wednesday. So she's bumming around the house. Go get my shirt sorted.
Do you not have an iron yourself? Can you not do them yourself?
No, we've got a steamer.
Ah,
yeah,
like
which is
not the steamer that you cook vegetables in.
No,
obviously,
no. The steamer, it doesn't really work. It's from Kmart as well.
They're a bit. I've used one of them before, where you hang it up and you like vacuum it as opposed to like.
They don't do anything. Yeah, Siobhan bought it, so she can get the ironing sorted.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's plenty of footy to talk about with Magic Round.
Yeah,
and we always start off the show with finding out how you feel about a certain topic of rugby league. And we thought a third of the way through the regular season, we want to know how you feel about a few of the clubs that are going really well. And that's all thanks to Tui's. How do you feel, Jimmy? I feel like a Tui's or two.
I sure do.
And let's start with the Brisbane Broncos because they're top of the table. They're in the news a little bit. Benny Eiken's on the way out. I think Cooper Cronk's come out and spoken a bit negatively about the Broncos, saying he still remembers last year and how they fell away. But where are they at after 9 rounds?
Well, look, they couldn't be going much better.
Yeah.
Like, they're flying. They're absolutely flying. They play a very attractive brand of football. And look, let's not forget, it's hard to maintain that each and every week, to be up in this grueling competition that is the NRL. So they're going to have some weeks off. That's only natural. And I think Brisbane are in prime position now for a top 4 finish. They've got they know they've got a very difficult origin period to navigate, and then how their superstar players come back from that. They know that, but they'll be better for they had that last year. They'll be better for the experience in how they manage that that privilege really of having players play for state of origin. I think they're ready to go, and they'll be barring massive injury concerns. They won't make the same mistake as last year and fade away like they did. I think they'll be a top 4 team. They've really impressed me this season with the way they've gone about their business.
Do you think they are missing anything to win the title?
Look, probably just experience of being there. I think there's Reynolds and Capewell have won it at different clubs respectively. No one else off the top of my head. I guess it's just that experience of being there and playing consistent football week in, week out. They're littered with superstars. Probably one concern is about the reliance on Payne Haas. Like, he was missing last week and he was noticeable by his absence. So look, that's a bit of a concern. But having said that, they've still got guys like Flegler and Carrion. But when those two and Haas will all likely be missing through Origin, and will they back up and all that sort of stuff. So that's the concern for the Broncos. But look, they've gone above and beyond expectations for me this season.
Another player that was missing last week for them as well was Ezra Mann, who has actually emerged as one of the great up and coming young halves in the game. Like that try a couple of weeks ago where he flicked the ball back inside to Adam Reynolds was like one of the best plays of the year.
Yeah, it was sensational. And I think with Ezra Mann, he probably is a victim of all the superstar players that the Broncos have. He probably doesn't get the plaudits he deserves, is because he's surrounded by these superstars, which you can argue makes your job that little bit easier, but also on the same token, it makes it harder to stand out because people will go to Reynolds and Staggs and Walsh and Haas and Flegler and Carrigan. So very difficult for him, but to stand out. But he's been playing immense football.
All right, the next team, they're currently still the favourites in the premiership betting at Ladbrokes. The Penrith Panthers, 4-4. They obviously lost that game against the Tigers in the wet. I know you are starting to think maybe the Panthers are a bit scared of the rain.
I don't know if they're scared of the rain, but they certainly don't seem to perform anywhere near their best. And whether it's just a coloration or not, they've lost. I think all of their games have been in the wet this year that they've lost. So I think, look, for the Panthers, obviously we'll talk about players that have moved to other clubs. For the first time in a long time, they're really struggling with some injury concerns to some key players as well, especially in their forwards. Like, I think if you watch how the Panthers play, they attack through their defense, and it's led the line speed. The line speed is led by Liam Martin, James Fisher-Harris. So those two have been missing, and that's almost impossible to replicate. What's going in favour of the Panthers at the moment is I think that they're defensively the best team statistically in the competition. And as we all know, that's where premierships are won. So they've still got the defence there, and teams are having to really grind out victories. You look back at the Tigers game, and if Cleary holds on to that ball, they likely go on and win. So there's not too much. I don't think Coach Cleary will be too concerned. But what an observation is I think Penrith have come back to the pack, and the pack has gotten bigger. So there's more teams now that have the opportunity to beat Penrith if they play well on their day. What Penrith do have, though, is that experience now of how to get there. Do they need to go the same way about it as they have done for the last 2 years and blow the league away or blow the regular season away? Probably not. They know now, like, okay, we're going to manage our origin period, and we just got to peak at the right time. They get everybody fit come September. They know what to do. That's when they're going to really shine. They don't need to be the blowaway team, and they won't be, because they don't have the cattle like they used to.
Do they need to make the top four, though?
Well, history will tell you that they do, and from memory serves me right, I've looked at the teams that have a bye in the last 4 rounds. I don't think they're one of those teams. Had they had a bye later on in the season, that's going to be a huge advantage. I don't think enough people are aware just how advantageous that could be. Penrith yet likely top 4. That means you only have to win 3 games as opposed to 4.
Yep.
With the way they're at the moment, and because, like I say, they're back in the pack, and the pack's gotten bigger. The laws of probability suggest that I think some of those games will be genuine 50-50s. They're looking at a top 4 finish to go out with the 3-peat.
Yeah, I think it's Parramatta and South have the last 2 weeks. They're the 2 teams that have the bye. Another team then that actually hasn't had much media attention this whole year, and they normally don't because they're in Melbourne. The Melbourne Storm. Talk about Craig Bellamy potentially going again next year. I really hope he does, because it's just amazing seeing him around the game still. They've not had Ryan Pappenhausen all year.
Man, it's crazy.
Crazy. Cameron Smith missed a game, or maybe it was a couple of games with the finger injury. Jerome Hughes has been out. What did I say?
Cam Munster.
Cam Munster, what did I say?
Cam Smith.
Cam Smith. Oh, they've missed him all year. Yeah. Cam Munster missed a couple of games with the finger injury. They've lost Brandon Smith, the Bromwich brothers, Kafusi, and they're still 5-3.
Yeah, Big Nelson's missed a
large chunk. It's incredible. It actually is incredible what they're doing.
And they keep on going. I would watch that game they played against the Titans, and I thought, oh, maybe this is it. But no, they're back to where they are. Again, they're another team that will have to navigate the origin period, but they can peak at the right time. And I know Pappenhausen has come out this week and said he just wants to exercise a bit of caution, and it's not as routine injury as what people were first expecting. But if he comes back and hits the ground running like we know he can, like geez, he's a freak of a player.
Yeah.
Like when he's at his best, oh man, and to do that without him, it's pretty incredible what they've done. Like, look, that's your fullback, arguably the most important player, and we look at different players where in the team versus out the team. One of the teams we're going to talk about later on is Manly. You know, the difference between Tommy Turbo playing versus not, huge. You know, same with the Roosters. If Tedesco's ever missing, they're a bit different because they've got some people that can fill in. But yeah, what Melbourne have managed to achieve without one of, if not their best player on the day, the genuine game breaker. Like, remember those? He was scoring hat tricks for fun.
He had a period where I think he had a hat trick after like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah,
in the game, within a 20-minute window. Yeah.
He's.
And we'll talk about that game this weekend, but I mean, they're already clear contenders anyway, but if they go and beat the Bunnies, like, that just is a strong message to the rest of the competition.
Yeah, very strong message, and they certainly know what they're doing down there in Melbourne.
Yeah, that was all thanks to Tui's, Jimmy. And the other team that's been making headlines this week, the Manly Seagulls. Jake Trbojevic is out this week, and I know you're very concerned for Manly because he's out.
Yes, very much so. He plays really long minutes in the middle for them. I think they're really going to struggle without him coming up against this Brisbane Broncos pack. This hurt Brisbane Broncos pack.
Yeah.
You know, Payne Haas will be back, highly motivated. So at home as well, he's a big loss. I know we talk about Tommy, but Jake's a big loss, and a big loss for State of Origin as well. We saw the difference that he made to that Blues team when he's there versus when he's not. I think they'll really miss him. But I guess Manly's season, it's, you know, they're right in the mix, and I think there's a cluster of teams there that, you know, if they put 2 or 3 wins together, they'll shoot to top 4. But at the same time, if they lose a couple, they're in the bottom 4. It's highly congested in there, and it's still, that sort of still needs to be worked out. But I think I've seen enough from Manly to say I like what they're about. They've got some issues, like every team. The Schuster incident is strange. You know, third of the way through the season, going back to work on your fitness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, there was some rumours that he might have weighed in significantly overweight. I think his goal weight's about 105, and there were some rumours that he might be a fair bit over that as well.
Yeah.
But I actually think everyone's a bit overreacting a bit about Manly.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're almost overachieving where I
Really?
thought they would be at the start of the season. They're 5-3. They drew with the Knights. Game they probably should have won, and they've beaten the Storm. They've beaten Parramatta. Like, I think this is better than Manly fans should have been expecting this season to go.
Yeah, I suppose when you put it like that, Charlie, I can't argue against that.
Especially with the fact that Tommy hasn't been at full flight yet. So when he comes back and he's firing, I think they're actually in a pretty good position. And if Schuster, obviously that's a distraction, but with young players, you're going to have sort of the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like, if he comes back, he's got the skills to make a real big difference. Like in that first... Was it the first game of the year or the game against Parramatta where he was involved in all those cool tries?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Like, he's a really good football player. So if he comes back, they've got a great spine. I don't know. I just don't... You're right in terms of middle. Like, losing Jake Trbojevic, they don't really have, like, heaps of depth there. And Sipley's out as well for them this week. But what were we expecting out of Manly? Were you expecting them to challenge for the title? Probably not.
Yeah, no. Well, let's not forget they finished outside the 8 last year.
Yeah.
So... yeah, you know what? Probably in reflection on Manly, they've improved from where they've finished off the season last year, especially.
Yeah, I think what it was is they started really strong, so everyone got excited. Like, but we're
not a reactive media.
No,
the media don't react.
No,
go week by week.
No,
come on, Charlie.
Well, let's talk about Magic Round, because the first game of the season, first game of Magic Round is the Dogs against the Raiders. Your Bulldogs. The Raiders are $1.60 favourites, and I think the Raiders might pump the Doggies on Friday.
Think they'll pump them?
Yeah.
Mate, that's a joke. Did you not see how good they were on Sunday, the Dogs? And they've got players back.
Against the Dragons, though.
King, Pele, Carraz back. What about Braden Burns in that game?
Yeah.
Playing on one leg. Absolutely sensational. Hey, before we get into it, I just want to say, Magic Round, love the concept of it. They brought it over from England, and I think this is a real opportunity for fans. If you're going to the game, you can get football overload, but it's a good opportunity, especially if you go with your kids. Just tell them to watch one player, and you watch one player rather than watch the game. So keep your eyes on a guy like James Tedesco, like a Reece Walsh, like a Payne Haas, or whoever it may be. If you're there with the kid and he or she likes to play up at a certain position, just pick someone out and say, we're just going to watch them for a half and look at all the little movements that they do and the areas that they get themselves in and the opportunities that they present themselves and where they don't run, and even when they don't get the ball. It's a very cool way to watch a game of rugby league, especially if you're up there for the whole weekend, because you've got a multitude of games. And
especially the Saturday and Sundays, we've got 3 games in a row. You do get a bit of footy out. I've sat there on the Saturday once just watching all 3 games in the stands. By the end of it, you're not even sort of watching it. You just
watch a player. It's a great way to do it.
Did you do that to get better at being a forward? Would you just watch front rowers?
Probably more on tape. I'd go to the game as a fan, but I'd watch a lot of their game on tape and study them. Yeah. I was bit of a student of the game and look at traits, what works, what doesn't. I was a sponge when I had the opportunity to go and train with the first team. But I guess at a young age, 8 or to sort of 15, I was just a fan.
Yeah.
But this is a great opportunity to do that. But on to Dogs Raiders. I think the confidence, both teams have been in really close games. I think the confidence that the Bulldogs will get from that holding on to that victory with a couple of troops back will see them through.
I think Canberra's won 3 games in a row, which is quite impressive. I thought when I saw that.
It is.
You don't seem that impressed, but that's all right.
No, I just random to just. But it's because you said I think they won 3 games in a row.
They have.
Okay, I didn't. You need to confirm that sort of stuff.
Well, I've done my research. They've won 3 games in a row. Can't name the 3 games off the top of my head.
They beat the Dolphins last week by a point.
Beat the Dolphins last week. They beat the Dragons.
They did.
And then they beat someone else, didn't they?
Someone else.
Anyway, the other Friday game.
NRL.
Match of the round.
Yes. This Seagulls Broncos game, it's become a bit of a permanent fixture there up at Magic Round, hasn't it?
It has.
And it's normally got plenty of points in it, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. There's been some great clashes.
Yeah.
And some big thumpings as well, I think. Did Manly pump the Broncos one year? Yeah.
They did.
That's right.
They did.
That was when it was all going quite badly for possibly Anthony Seibold. Oh, no, he was gone by that point. Maybe it was Kenny Walters.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Should be doing my reresearch before bringing that up.
Yeah. Just bringing up these things. Did that happen? Was it a dream? I don't know. But that's all right, Charlie. Looking ahead to the future, though.
Yeah.
Broncos have got to get this one, surely. Response from South Sydney. Manly without Jake. That's a huge loss.
$4 almost $4 outside is Manly.
Yeah.
Big price. Then Saturday. So it's a triple header on Saturday, triple header on Sunday. Obviously no Thursday game. The first game, Warriors against the Panthers. We were speaking about this game just before coming on. I think you're actually a bit bullish on the Warriors.
I don't know. It's going to be I think that could be a smoky, the Warriors, to get this one. I really do. Like maybe on the line, I'd have the Warriors. Don't know if I can go against Penrith. But yeah, Warriors line, but maybe Penrith will just get it.
You don't think it's sort of the beginning of the end for the Warriors? I know they're sitting in 8th or 7th, but they're falling down the ladder.
Yeah,
quickly.
But mate, the ladder's a mess though. I don't like the ladder at the minute.
Yeah,
it's too congested, and the buys just like you've got teams that have won more games below teams that have won fewer games.
Yeah, you've got your weekly buy round whinge about the buy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the buy round.
Whinging
if you want buys, come to the buy round. We don't get 2 points.
No.
We just get some.
We just get Tuies and Ladbrokes, Athletic Greens as well. Don't forget about them. So the Warriors.
No, I'm going to go the Panthers, but I think Warriors with on the handicap betting would be great.
The game I'm really looking forward to as well, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of Dolphins fans in the crowd. Sharkies against the Dolphins, 2 aquatic animals going head to head. Who wins?
Sharks.
Yeah. Comfortably, you think?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Nico Hines coming on Sunday as well.
Yeah. Oh.
You recorded the chat with him just before, and it was a great chat, wasn't
amazing chat. Stay tuned for that one. That drops Sunday. Amazing chat.
I'm going to change my mind about match of the round as well, because I've just seen the real match of the round.
Oh.
Storm against the Bunnies. That's the match of the round, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. You told everyone that, because I reckon if anyone was going, Sharks Dolphins after listening to Charlie White, there. Oh well, weekend's done. I'm out of here. Go down the Caxton. Oh, hang on a minute. Who's that coming out? Is that Latrell Mitchell? Oh yeah. Oh, is that Cameron Munster? Oh yeah. Well, Charlie said the match of the round.
Yeah.
No. We know match of the round.
Yeah. Storm v the Bunnies. Very tough game to call.
Oh mate, this is ridiculously tight, and the betting's tight as well, and rightly so. You can see why. Storm seem to have it over the Bunnies, though, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
They've got a really good
amazing record.
Really good record, and I'm backing that one to continue.
You think the Bunnies?
Yeah,
the Storm win. Yeah,
yeah. I like the Storm against the Bunnies. Only just though. I think it'll be super tight. I reckon it'll be one of those games where the lead changes hands a lot.
I'm going to go the Bunnies in this one.
Okay.
I think they this game will mean a lot to them. I think the Bunnies are very aware the fact that they've got like a voodoo against the Storm, so they will be desperate to win. Then Sunday, Tigers v Dragons. Not the match of the round. That one.
No.
This is my same game multi.
Is it? What are you going with?
I've gone the Tigers to win, and I actually think the Tigers should be like favourites. And let's be honest, if they lose this game, Anthony Griffin will be gone.
You reckon?
Yeah. I've just gone the Tigers to win and not for them to score a try at 3.50 on Ladbrokes. But I actually think this is a mistake that they didn't sack him this week.
Why?
Because why give them the opportunity? If you want to get rid of him,
but maybe they don't.
But they obviously do want to get rid of him. They're interviewing other coaches. Sort of is all being played out in public that he's kind of done. But why would you want to risk the Dragons putting, say, 40 on the Tigers?
I think you're overthinking it, Charlie.
I think it's a mistake. Yeah, you go, mate.
No, sorry, I just want to clarify what you think.
I think they should have sacked Anthony Griffin before this game because
this gives them an opportunity.
It gives them an opportunity to win 40-0 or like put a big score on the Tigers, and then everyone's like, oh, Anthony Griffin, then it's all positive about the Dragons for a couple more weeks. Maybe they win another game, and then just delays the inevitable. Whereas they know what they want to do, just rip the Band-Aid off, and then, then if you beat the Tigers, because you have that little sort of turnaround, then it's, got rid of Griffin, bit of positivity now in the club. It's a missed opportunity.
Charlie?
Yeah?
That's why you're not going to be on a board.
I think that's the sort of forward thinking maybe the Dragons board needs.
Maybe.
Do you understand what I mean, though?
I do get what you mean, but I don't know if they do want to sack him. I think they want to give him to the end of the season.
Fair enough. Does that not just sort of mess the recruitment around a bit?
A little bit.
Like they can't sign I think even the head of recruitment came out and said, we can't really sign anyone at the moment because of what's happening with the coach. I think he said it on the Dragons podcast.
Yeah, but if they appoint someone for next year, then that'll be...
Yeah, but when are they going to? Well, they're going to appoint someone for next year, and Anthony Griffin's going to keep rocking up and coaching. Like, say they go, we're going to have Shane Flanagan next year as the coach. Anthony Griffin's not going to say, all right, then I'll finish the year out. Will he?
I don't know.
If they come in like 13th, what would be the point of it?
Yeah, I don't know. You reckon he'd just walk away?
Surely, if you're getting replaced publicly,
he'd have a chance to, advertise himself,
but maybe it's a bad advertisement for himself as well because the players just phone it in. They're done. They're not going to compete for finals anyway.
Yeah, I think for it, the reason they're probably not getting rid of him is they probably, which I think it's inevitable they'll get a different coach, but perhaps it's a financial call, or they don't have to pay him out.
But it wouldn't be very much to pay him out now from now until I imagine his contract probably ends before November 1.
Yeah, but then if they have to pay more to one of the assistants to take over or bring someone in the interim,
it's not that much money for a big NRL club though. For a club the size of Dragons, who've got like some of the richest owners in the game.
Anyway, I think they'll win this weekend.
All right, Roosters, Cowboys. Sammy Walker is not playing again. It's kind of looking like he probably needs an injury or a suspension to get back in the team potentially.
State of origin.
I
reckon that would have been the plan all along. Give him, maybe 4 or 5 weeks away.
Yep.
Tedesco goes to New South Wales. Manu goes back to fullback.
Yep.
Walker comes in at 5'8". That's my personal opinion. Or, you know,
Yeah.
an injury or suspension.
Yeah. It's almost a bit silly to be like, oh, he won't get back in because of an injury suspension. Because, I mean, someone get injured at training today.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know.
Yeah,
So-
these things happen. But I think Cowboys were so disappointing last week against the Sharks with a lot to play for as well, a lot on the line. And I just think that the Roosters, defensively, they'll be too strong. And then when they get their straps in attack, it's meant to be pretty warm up there. I think the Roosters might carve them.
Fair enough. What I think you're going to do the same game
This is my
multi.
same game multi. I've gone Roosters minus 13.5. Roosters to win both halves, a bet that I very much like. Roosters over 27.5 points. And Joey Manu, anytime try scorer.
I popped in the Ladbrokes app earlier. $5.35.
It's all right. That
Seems like a lot to happen, though, for just $5.
Yeah, but if you look at it, though, Charlie, a lot of them sort of go hand in hand. And
Yeah.
if one happens, then the other will happen.
You've become a bit obsessed with the win both halves bet as well.
Yeah, I do like it.
Maybe be a bit more creative, mate. Think outside the box. You don't always need to just go, I like that, you know? Not everyone wins both halves always.
So I'm learning.
Yeah.
But it's something that I like in this particular game.
Fair enough.
You're going to be keeping a big eye on that, aren't you? Like, watch, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I will.
Roosters will like blow
will.
them out
Well-
in the first half, and then second half, like Cowboys will win 6-4.
Yeah, I will be keeping a big eye on that because also I was robbed last week.
Where?
Matt Burton over the line drops the ball. My bet was doggies to win. Matt Burton to score a try.
Devastated.
That's all it was. That's all I needed.
Devastated.
But anyway,
I was gutted for you, mate.
we'll bounce back this week, man. I'm sure you were absolutely shattered. All right, last game of the round then, Jimmy. Gold Coast Titans against the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah, Brimson's out. Big loss, isn't it?
Big loss, but Jaden Campbell, the best backup fullback in the game, comes in.
True.
I think they're a lot better team of Titans than people give them credit for. I know they blew that big lead and that sort of soured the vibe around the Titans a little bit. But that left edge, they've got Foran, Fafita, Kelly, Pereira. Such a good left side attack.
It is. Are you picking them to beat?
I will. I'll tip the Titans. Go on there. I don't think Parramatta are that good.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they're that good a side this year, unfortunately.
All right. Well, I'm going to pick Para.
All right.
All right.
Maybe we should put a magic round wager on it then.
I'm happy.
I'll buy you a beer at the airport.
On the way there? Oh, on the way back. I don't know if I want any on the way back.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We'll
figure something out.
We'll discuss this in private.
But it should be fun. Magic round.
Oh, mate, can't wait. I'm super excited. Love my football up there. Love the fans getting around as well. It should be should make for a great weekend and some absolute crackers to look forward to. And the NRL keeps delivering. There'll be some surprise packets in there as well. Who would have thought what happened last weekend?
Yeah.
It's been absolutely crazy.
Before we go though, Jimmy, the tea situation at Suncorp. I'll be honest with you, it's not amazing.
It's not amazing.
No,
I know.
It's not great.
Last time we were there.
Yeah, especially up the top
Yeah.
in the commentary boxes up there.
Well, I'll be bringing my own. Big shout out. Tetley's.
Tetley's, yeah. If you're going to have some tea, make sure it's Tetley's tea.
Yeah, they hit us up, actually said they were going to look after us. So
yeah. Keep an eye on that.
We'll be keeping an eye on that.
Because if I'm going to drink tea, I want it to be Tetley's, preferably.
Yeah.
This is not sponsored as well.
No,
nothing has changed hands yet.
The tea that I get, Tetley's extra strong. That's what I have. Has to be extra strong as well.
So are you gonna bring your own tea bags?
What I'm going to do, I'm going to go Friday.
Yeah.
Because night game, so I reckon I'll be able to get my hands on one.
Yeah.
Or two. I'll probably need two, won't I? Because I'm there with the Bulldogs for the first game.
Yeah.
Second game. Yeah, I'm going to...
Have we discussed on the podcast how you carry your tea bags around? We haven't, have we?
What, did I just have them in my
Just
bag?
have them in your loose in your wallet.
Yeah, but I mean, what's wrong with that?
Well, actually, it wasn't even in your wallet. It was just like loose in your pocket, like a couple of tea bags. That's weird to like have tea bags in your pocket. You got to understand it's a weird thing to do.
I think in that situation, when I took them to Allianz, I had them in my car and I just lobbed them in my pocket.
But not a packet of teas.
Mate, I buy like a big box.
Yeah.
And then you know what? You bring that and everyone's like, oh, I know, I'll have one. You're like,
That's the thing, isn't it? That's why you don't do it, because you're worried about sharing your tea bags. Because I've noticed that you also, with your chewing gum, you don't carry chewing gum packets. You take out the chewing gum from the packets and put them in your wallet.
Sometimes I do bring a packet, but people ask you for one.
But can you confirm that at Allianz Stadium you had your chewing gum loose in your wallet, correct or not?
Because I told you I get the pot
Yeah.
in the car, and I thought, I'll need some chewy for later.
Yeah.
So I'll take a couple. So I just threw it in my wallet.
Just put it in your pocket.
Bring that, but it jingles around.
It's not that big a jingle though.
It does.
It's like this
mate,
big, the packet.
Seriously, it annoys me. I've got a pack in the car, a pack in my gym bag.
Yeah.
And when I walk in my gym bag, I can hear it like rattles around.
It would
It doesn't
not
make that
rattle
noise, by the way. I'm not taking a horse. For those that are listening to this.
The other thing is you also never have a pen. You always ask me for a pen when you come to the football stadium. So what you need to do, mate, is have a little bag, maybe a little backpack or a man bag or a little laptop sort of bag. Pop your notebook in there.
Notebook?
Pop packet of chewing gum, packet of tea bags, couple of pens.
Yeah, but then everyone keeps coming to me. See,
Well,
and I've always survived, Charlie. You know what? I'm a survivor. I can always get through. I'd like a tea, but what do? I complain about it, but then I come up with more solutions.
Yeah, you find a way to get a tea.
Find a way to get a pen. Say, Charlie, you couldn't find us a pen, could you? You go, oh yeah, sure. Here's one.
well, I never have a pen. It's normally Dave who helps you out with the pen. But that doesn't really matter. Tetley's tea, fingers crossed it's at Suncorp.
Yes. If not, assess on Friday. If it's substandard, what I'll do Saturday, I'll go and buy myself some tea bags, bring it into the ground Saturday, Sunday. I'll bring a little bag, and then away we go. I'll have them pens at the ready, notepad at the ready, get ready to annoy Ben Dobbin. But just do me a favour, Charlie. Don't come looking for me for a tea bag or chewing gum.
I won't be, mate, because I've already asked you for chewing gum once. You said no, so adios.
I know. Well, yeah, but the thing is, though, right?
Yeah.
You walked past the same shop that I did, and you saw me go in and get them.
No, but I didn't see you go in and get them because you just had a couple of little loose pieces, and I just had a coffee, and I was like, oh man, any chance you got a piece of chewing gum? You're like, well, I've got a couple in my wallet, and I'm like, I don't want your wallet chewing gum, mate. I don't want that.
Josh Hodgson actually had a bit of a fallout with me once when I refused to give him a chewing gum.
Well, see,
he genuinely could not believe that I said we were in England. Cappy said, "Oh, because he saw me take one out the pack and pop it in my mouth." He said, "Oh, gives one." Yeah. I'm like, "No," and he's like, "What do you mean, no?" I'm like, "Mate, you've just walked past the same shop."
Yeah. But sharing's caring because one time you might forget to go into the chewing gum shop and he might have returned the favour with a piece of chewing gum.
Never going to happen with Hodgie. He would never give you anything.
Well, see, I don't buy chewing gum myself much, but if it's going around, I'll have a piece.
Yeah, exactly.
That's life, isn't
that's
it?
it. Oh, go on, I'll have one then. Before you know it, your whole pack's gone.
But it's $2, mate. Go buy your own. Buy another.
Well, go and buy exactly. It's $2. Go and buy your own. Exactly. Go and buy more. You've proved your point, Charlie. You've proved your point.
Fair enough then,
yeah,
mate.
we've got to wrap it up.
I'll see you next week then.
Well, you'll see me on the weekend.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow probably. Yeah, probably we'll see you tomorrow actually.
You will.
All right.
You will. All right, brilliant. Make sure you get your own tea bags and chewies. All right, thanks everyone for listening. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next week.